Today, I want to talk to you about something that most of us don't think about enough: our liver. It's the unsung hero of our body. While we sleep, it works overtime. While we eat, it filters. While we live, it protects. But here's the catch: most of us never truly care for it until something goes wrong. We only hear about it when there's a scary diagnosis, or our doctor says, your liver enzymes are a little high. But what if we didn't wait until something broke down? What if we could gently, lovingly support our liver, starting today? In this video, we're going to explore 5 incredible vegetables that I call the kings of liver detoxification. Each of them is gentle, nourishing, and backed by both tradition and science. They're not strange superfoods from across the world. They're vegetables you can find right at Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, or even your local farmer's market. They're the best vegetables for liver detox, and they may just be the missing piece in your journey toward more energy, better digestion, sharper thinking, and yes, possibly even a longer, more vibrant life. We'll also talk about easy, real recipes, no fancy equipment, no hard-to-pronounce ingredients, just things you already know with a little twist, because you deserve practical solutions that fit into your life, not overwhelm it. But before we dive into those 5 powerful vegetables, let me ask you a question. Have you ever felt more tired than usual, even when you've slept enough? Do you ever feel bloated after meals, or notice your digestion slowing down? Or maybe your skin's been acting up, or your memory feels just a touch foggier than before? I've been there, and I've learned that sometimes it's not age. It's not just how life is. Sometimes it's our liver asking for help. You see, the liver is like a filter, but over time, that filter gets clogged, not because you've done anything wrong, but just by living in the modern world. Processed food, environmental toxins, too much sugar, too much stress. And when that filter isn't working well, it affects everything: your energy, your mood, your sleep, your weight, even your memory. So here's where we begin. Just 5 vegetables, 5 gentle healers, 5 ways to say thank you to your liver and to your body for carrying you this far. The silent king of liver detoxification. Let me tell you a little story. When I was growing up, my mother always used parsley as a garnish, just a little sprinkle on top of a stew or potato salad, green, fresh, and decorative. She never said much about it. To her, it was just that, decoration. But fast forward 40 years and here I am standing in my kitchen, tossing parsley into everything I cook, not for the looks, but for what it quietly does inside my body. You see, parsley is one of the most powerful yet underestimated vegetables when it comes to liver detoxification. Now I know what you might be thinking. Parsley? Really? That little thing they put on the side of the plate at diners? Yes, that very same herb. Parsley is rich in chlorophyll, which helps cleanse the blood and support the liver's natural detox processes. But that's just the beginning. It also contains a compound called apigenin, a natural anti-inflammatory agent that protects liver cells from damage caused by toxins, alcohol, and even certain medications. Think of parsley like a gentle broom. It doesn't scrub too hard or irritate anything. It just sweeps through quietly, cleaning up the little messes our bodies accumulate each day. And it brings with it a fresh, earthy energy that makes you feel lighter, brighter. But here's the real beauty. Parsley is effortless to use. You don't need to juice it, blend it, or do anything fancy. You can toss it into your scrambled eggs in the morning, sprinkle it over baked chicken or fish, mix it into brown rice or quinoa with a splash of olive oil, or brew it as a gentle tea. Yes, parsley tea. Just boil a handful of fresh parsley in water for 5 minutes, let it steep, and sip slowly. Add a slice of lemon if you'd like. It's refreshing, calming, and gives your liver a little spa day, right from your mug. And for those of us concerned with water retention or swelling, especially in the ankles or hands, parsley is a natural diuretic. It helps your body release excess water, which can ease pressure on the liver and kidneys. Now let's pause here for a moment. I want to remind you of something important. Detox doesn't have to mean starvation or green juices for days. It doesn't have to be complicated or extreme. For us, especially in our golden years, it should be gentle, respectful, and in rhythm with our bodies. Parsley is just that. And if you're like me, someone who's lived through decades of food trends and miracle diets, you'll appreciate how calming it feels to return to the basics. Real food, whole food, food with a story and a purpose. So next time you're at the store, don't just walk past the parsley. Pick it up, smell it, hold it like you would an old friend. Because that's what it is, a quiet, powerful friend for your liver and your life. In a world that's always shouting for attention, parsley whispers, and your body listens. Now, are you ready for the next king of liver detoxification? It's rich, red, and earthy. Some people fear its taste, others crave it, but everyone can benefit from it, especially those of us looking to age with strength, clarity, and grace. It's beetroot, and oh, it has a story to tell. Radish, a friend of blood and liver. Let me tell you another story. A few winters ago, I visited an old friend, Margaret, who had just turned 75. Her house smelled of rosemary, soup, and something sweet and earthy I couldn't quite place. "What's cooking?" I asked. She smiled, her silver hair caught in the kitchen light, and held up a bowl of ruby red cubes. "Beets," she said, "roasted with a touch of honey. My secret medicine." At first I chuckled. Beets? Medicine? But Margaret looked me straight in the eye and said, "They clean me out, inside and out. My liver, my blood, even my mood. I feel brighter after I eat them." And you know what? She was right. Beets, or beetroot, are one of the most powerful liver-supporting vegetables nature has given us. They're rich in betalains, those natural red pigments that give beets their beautiful color. But these aren't just for looks. Betalains help reduce oxidative stress on the liver, fighting off the free radicals that age us from the inside. They also support phase 2 detoxification, which is your liver's way of taking harmful substances and safely escorting them out of your body. But that's not all. Beets are high in nitrates, which improve blood flow, especially important for seniors. Better blood flow means better oxygen to the brain and heart. That's why many older adults who regularly eat beets say they feel more energized, less foggy, and even sleep better. And here's a beautiful little fact. Beets are like a natural blood tonic. In traditional medicine, they've been used to rebuild strength after illness, especially when there's fatigue or anemia. Now, I know what you're thinking, but I don't like the taste. Beets are too earthy. Yes, they can be strong, but they don't have to be difficult. Here are some simple, senior-friendly ways to enjoy them. Roasted. Peel and cut into cubes, drizzle with olive oil and a touch of honey. Roast for 30 minutes. They turn sweet and caramelized, almost like candy from the earth. Grated raw in salad. Add lemon juice and a bit of salt for a refreshing crunch. Blend it into smoothies. Pair with apple, carrot, or even banana to balance the flavor. Beet juice. Just half a glass a few times a week can be enough, but always start small. Beets are powerful. And here's a gentle tip. If you notice your urine turning pink after eating beets, don't panic. It's harmless and perfectly normal. It just means your body is processing the betalains well. Now let's go back to Margaret for a moment. When I asked her how often she eats beets, she said, "Every week, not every day, just enough to keep my blood moving and my liver smiling." There's wisdom in that, because as we age, we don't need to do everything in extremes. We need consistency, not chaos. We need nourishment, not trends. And that's what beets give us: quiet strength, beautiful color, and deep support from within. So next time you see those humble red roots in the market, don't walk by. Pick them up, roast them, sip them. Let them love you from the inside. Because this isn't just food. This is healing, rooted in nature, backed by science, and wrapped in the simple kindness of a vegetable that asks for nothing, but gives everything. And now, let's meet another unsung hero of liver health. It's bitter, it's bold, and your liver absolutely loves it. Ready to find out? We're stepping into the world of dandelion greens, the weed that turned out to be a wonder. Dandelion greens, the liver-cooling weed. When I was a little boy, I used to help my grandmother pull weeds in her backyard. There was one stubborn little plant she never wanted me to throw away, the dandelion. "Put it in the basket," she'd say. "That one's not a weed, that one's a gift." I didn't understand back then. To me, it was just another pesky plant with yellow flowers that turned into fluffy balls we blew in the wind. But now I know. Dandelion greens are one of the best vegetables for liver detoxification, especially for seniors. Let me explain. Your liver is like the janitor of your body. It takes the garbage out, breaks down toxins, and helps balance your hormones, cholesterol, and blood sugar. But even janitors get overwhelmed sometimes. That's where dandelion greens come in. These wild greens are bitter, yes, but that bitterness is medicine. In herbal traditions across the world, especially in Native American and European healing practices, dandelion has been used for centuries to cleanse the liver and support digestion. And modern science agrees. Dandelion greens stimulate the production of bile, which helps your liver process fats and flush out waste more efficiently. They also have a gentle diuretic effect, helping reduce water retention and bloating, common issues for many older adults. But that's not all. Dandelions are rich in vitamin C, vitamin A, and potassium, nutrients that protect liver cells from damage, reduce inflammation, and support kidney function too. Now, I know what you're thinking, but where do I even find dandelion greens? You don't need to go foraging in the backyard anymore. These days, dandelion greens are sold in many health food stores, farmers markets, and even some supermarkets. They're often next to kale and collard greens. Here are a few easy ways to enjoy them. Lightly sautéed with garlic and olive oil. This reduces the bitterness and brings out their natural depth. Chopped raw in salads, mixed with sweeter greens like spinach or arugula to balance the flavor. Blended into green smoothies, a small handful goes a long way, especially with apple or banana. Steeped as tea, dandelion root or leaf tea is a gentle daily detoxifier, warm, comforting, and great before bed. And if you want a grandmother's secret, she used to add a few dandelion leaves into her chicken soup. Good for the belly, she'd whisper. And the liver, too. That soup always made me feel better. Maybe not just because of the herbs, but because of the love in it. So here's the truth, my friend. What we often ignore or throw away, like a weed, might be exactly what our body needs most. In the noisy world of superfoods, powders, and expensive supplements, dandelion stands quietly. No fancy label, no marketing campaign, just old-fashioned, honest-to-goodness healing. So next time you're walking by your yard or browsing the produce aisle, take a second look. That bitter green leaf might be the very thing your liver's been asking for. Because sometimes healing comes not from the new, but from the forgotten. Now, as we continue our journey through nature's medicine cabinet, let's visit a vegetable that's been praised from ancient China to modern hospitals. It's delicate, fragrant, and known for cleansing not just the liver, but the lungs and blood as well. Can you guess what it is? Let's explore the healing wonders of cilantro. Yes, that little green herb on your taco might just be saving your liver one leaf at a time. Cilantro, small leaves, big benefits for your liver and lungs. When people think of cilantro, they usually think of tacos, salsa, or maybe a bowl of pho. It's just a garnish, right? Not quite. This little leafy herb, known also as coriander leaves, is far more powerful than its humble appearance lets on. In fact, cilantro is one of nature's most potent detoxifiers, especially when it comes to heavy metals like lead, mercury, and aluminum that quietly accumulate in our liver, brain, and lungs over time. Let's pause and think about that for a moment. For seniors especially, exposure to these toxins builds up not just from food, but from decades of living, air pollution, dental fillings, tap water, old cookware, and processed foods. Your liver tries to filter it all. But sometimes it needs a little help. That's where cilantro steps in. Studies show that compounds in cilantro can bind to heavy metals and escort them out of the body through your urine. This process, called chelation, is crucial for reducing the toxic burden on your organs, especially the liver and lungs. Cilantro also contains chlorophyll, vitamin K, vitamin C, and antioxidants, nutrients that fight inflammation, support detox pathways, and even reduce the risk of chronic diseases. But here's my favorite part. Cilantro is delicious and easy to use every day. You don't need to juice it, you don't need to dry it or peel it, just eat it. Sprinkle fresh cilantro over soups and stews, roasted vegetables, egg dishes, rice or quinoa bowls. Even mix it into salad dressings or green smoothies. If the taste is too strong for you, start small, just a few leaves. Let your body adjust. Over time, your palate changes. You may even start craving it. There's something poetic about that, isn't there? How a flavor that once felt strange becomes healing. How a simple green leaf helps carry away the weight of years. So let's take a step back and look at the full picture. We've walked through 5 powerful vegetables, gifts from the earth that cleanse the liver, support digestion, reduce inflammation, and help us age with vitality. 1. Beets, the blood purifiers. 2 cruciferous vegetables, the sulfur-rich liver defenders. 3 artichokes, the bile-boosting protectors. 4 dandelion greens, the gentle detoxifying bitters. 5 cilantro, the heavy metal lifters. Each of them unique, each of them ancient, each of them available to you today. You don't need a detox retreat. You don't need a $1,000 cleanse. You just need to start where you are. Add one of these vegetables to your plate. Make a little room for them at dinner. Let your body do what it was designed to do with the right support. Because aging well doesn't mean resisting time. It means working with nature, not against it. And your liver, your quiet, tireless, raw, beautiful liver deserves every bit of that support. So go ahead, chop that beet, steam those greens, sprinkle the cilantro. You're not just feeding your body, you're nourishing decades of memories, resilience, and hope for the years ahead. Live gently, eat wisely, detox naturally, and remember, you're never too old to start feeling good again.